Hi, how are you? Okay,
Hi, good.
you have us?
I do. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound perfect. That's perfect. You sound crystal clear.
Great.
All right, can you see everybody? I think you can see everybody. Yeah, it looks like you're good. All right.
I can. Hi, everybody.
This is Miss Tyrone. She's a admissions counselor, correct, at Seton Hall University?
Yep. Yes, I am.
All right, terrific. Now, I have to say, the pirate has become quite a popular mascot on my mascot board behind you.
Yeah,
So
sick.
we did prepare some questions, so I'm going to have them start off, and then if you can answer them, that'd be fantastic.
Great. Sounds good.
Okay. Who was number one? Taylor, go ahead.
What is your school mascot and school colors?
School mascot and school colors.
Great. Well, we have the pirate, as you know, and we didn't always used to be the pirates. We actually used to be the villagers for years and years, which is not as exciting as a pirate. So about 80 years ago, during a baseball game where Seton Hall stole the game away at the last second, a newspaper reporter told all the different newspapers Seton Hall stole the game like a band of pirates. So we've been the pirates ever since, and our pirate has blue hair.
Pretty cool. Go ahead, Taylor.
How did that become your mascot?
She told us how that became it with the baseball game. So what's the last one you have on there?
How many students attend your college or university?
How many students attend?
Yeah, I heard. That's great. We have about 5,000 students, so we're not a huge school, but we're a mid-sized school.
Number 4.
How many students start college at your school each year?
That's great. We have about 1,500 freshmen, so about 1,500 freshmen that start every semester, starting in the fall.
Wow, that's a lot bigger than our school. We're only graduating, I think, 120 this year out of 2nd grade, going on to 3rd grade. So that's a lot bigger there. They have over 1,000 kids. Over 1,000 kids start their school each year. So it's going to be a lot more than starting Caruso next year.
That's probably a hard amount to imagine.
How big are your class sizes?
Even though we have a lot of students, we do have smaller class sizes. So how many people are in your classroom? Is this everybody?
No, this isn't everybody. How many are in your class?
13.
13, that's it. A very small class size.
Some classes at Seton Hall have about 13 students, but most classes have about double that. So we have about 24 to 25 students per classroom, which is nice because you get to know your teachers, you get to know your other students as well.
Excellent.
What types of sport are offered at your school?
We have a lot of sports. Our pirate mascot is very popularly seen at basketball games. So we play all over the country for basketball. We do softball, swimming, lots of different sports. You can play sports against other schools. You can play sports just with your friends. So whatever you want to play, you really have the option to do that.
I know that Seton Hall, to me, has always been a staple in the basketball. I know that's always been one of your most popular sports. I feel like their baseball team has always been very good, too.
Everyone here is crazy about basketball and baseball. So we play at a professional sports center just a few miles away, and we'll actually take a bus from Seton Hall and we'll take students over to the arena. So thousands of people are in the audience just cheering away. It's a lot of fun.
Cool. That sounds like a lot of fun. What's next? Go ahead.
What types of things are there to do at your college?
That's a great question. It goes along with the sports. A lot of students do sports. If they don't do it against other schools, they'll get a group of friends together and they'll play frisbee, they'll play golf, soccer. But we also have lots of different clubs. I'm sure you guys are maybe involved in a couple of clubs at school. So you could do a math club, a science club, an English club. And then we also have a student activities board that puts on all sorts of events on campus. That would include dances, concerts, and free food, muffins in the morning, things like that.
Cool. Go ahead, Joel.
Do you have any rivals?
That's a good question. I don't know of any that I can think of. I mean, we do play against a lot of the other different schools in our area. We play against Rutgers University, which has a big a big basketball team as well. But when I think of rivals, I more often think of fans. We just have a lot of fans here on the Seton Hall campus, students that support our basketball team and baseball team especially.
Cool.
Does your college have any traditions?
What was the question?
Does your college have any traditions?
Yes, there is one strange one. It's kind of weird. So there's this path that you walk along in order to get to our university center where there's coffee and food. And in the middle of the sidewalk, there's a seal on the ground. And it has like the school motto on it, and it's round. And if anyone steps on that, the rumor is that you don't graduate in time. But there's a cure. If you run as fast as you can to the pirate statue and rub his foot, then you'll graduate in time.
Huh. Now, I'm going to guess that are you an alumni of Seton Hall?
I'm not.
Okay, so when you talk to students who are coming, I'm sure you let them know not to step on the seal, right?
Right. We warn them very carefully. There have been a couple students that have had to go run because you get 30 seconds to run and touch the pirate's foot.
I know you guys are all fast runners, so you'll be okay if you choose there. Who's got number 10? What's your college best known for?
Ooh, a couple of things. I know we've talked about the basketball team already. Our college is very close to New York City, so a lot of students see Seton Hall as a way to be able to explore New York City on the weekends. We'll have students getting jobs there if you want to go to a Broadway show on the weekend. But we also have lots of different majors to explore. We have nursing, we have business schools, we have science. So a lot of students do come here for both the academics and the closeness to New York City.
Yeah, we're actually very lucky. We could actually see New York City from across the bay. We're right on the bay shore and right near Sandy Hook, so we're able to see it across the bay. I know whenever these guys get a chance to go into the city, they always love to talk about it. So that would be something that's definitely appealing to stay close to the big city.
Yeah, one thing I tell students when they come to visit is that there's a train station that's only a 15-minute walk from the campus. So you can walk downtown, you can grab, a donut at Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks, hop on the train, and then it's a half-hour ride into the city.
Nice.
Why do most people choose to attend your school?
That's a good question, too. I think there's a lot of reasons that students choose to attend Seton Hall. One reason is, even though, you hear numbers like, a couple thousand people, the classrooms are really smaller. It's more like a high school classroom of 24, 25 students, and it gets smaller even as you become older. So I know some students that work in our office that have classes of 8 or 9 people. And this way they get to know their other classmates, they get to know their teachers, which is really helpful for when you want to do a job someday. So that way you can get to know someone who's been there before you.
I don't know about you guys. When you're working in the classroom with your 2 teachers, do you like it better when it's the whole class or when you guys are working in small groups? Yeah, and that's and that's what Mr. Rohn's telling us right now is at Seton Hall, you'll have the opportunity to work in those small groups even when you're much older, and you get that more one-on-one instruction. You guys will really get to understand what they're teaching you at that college level, which is great. Go ahead.
How big is your campus?
How big is your campus?
It's not super big. Actually, you could walk across it in about 15 or 20 minutes. You don't need a bus or a car to get from one side to the other. But we do have something called the shoe fly. So Seton Hall's letters are SHU. Mm-hmm. So we call it the shoe fly. And it will take you to the mall. It'll take you to the train station. It'll take you to the Target. So even though everything's pretty close by, we do have a system where you can get off campus if you want to go shopping.
Oh, very nice. That's cool. At least you don't have to bring your car, right?
No, and actually a lot of freshmen don't bring their car because we want to encourage them to stay on campus and make friends instead of going home every weekend.
Cool. I know I did that when I was in college. I didn't want to go home when I was there once I got there.
Right, and you make so many new friends. You want to stay and get to know them more.
Okay, number 13.
How do most students get around the campus?
How do most students get around the campus?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
By their own 2 feet, walking. Yeah, it's pretty much just walking. If you need a ride somewhere, like I said, we have the shoe fly system where it's like a little bus that Seton Hall students can ride on. But otherwise, you just walk around campus.
Cool.
What are most popular areas of your study at school?
That's a great question. We have two really popular areas, and that's our business school and the nursing school. We actually have the oldest and biggest nursing school in New Jersey. So it's very popular for students to want to come study nursing at Seton Hall because we've been around for a long time. And also we have a couple of different opportunities for them, like a mock ER room on campus. So we have a pretend emergency room that students walk into, and lying on the tables are two dummies. And they actually have symptoms, so the students can diagnose these pretty much life-size dolls in order to prepare to be a nurse.
That's kind of interesting. I didn't even know that about Seton Hall. That's really cool.
What is the cost of your school?
What's the cost of your school?
Great. Our school costs about $46,000 per year, and that's including tuition, so the cost of school, and room and board. That's your living expenses, like renting out an apartment and food. But I like to tell students we have great scholarship opportunities. So if you wanted to come to Seton Hall and we looked at your report card and you had mostly A's, we would give you a scholarship of about $22,000. So that way, school would only cost about $12,000 a year.
So it pays off for good grades, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. It definitely pays. We look at, actually, for when students are applying to Seton Hall, we look at their grades. We would ask a teacher to give, a little letter about you, just so we can get to know you better, and then we ask for a personal essay.
Cool. Go ahead, Billy. You can skip the scholarship one because she already answered about the scholarships. So how about this one? Do you have any famous alumni?
Do you have a famous alumni?
Famous alumni, that was a question that I had to research. The one famous alumni that you all might know of is our governor, Chris Christie.
Oh.
Governor of New Jersey actually attended Seton Hall, and I looked for a couple of big name people, but I didn't see too many. But we do have some Olympic champions, some Major League Baseball players. So if any of you are fans of Major League Baseball, you might happen to know some of them. I don't have the names off the top of my head, but we have Seton Hall definitely produces a couple of athletes a year that go on to do great things.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that. I actually had a good friend of mine who played for Seton Hall baseball and went on to get drafted for the Cardinals and made it almost to the major leagues, but played in their minor league system for quite a few years.
It's interesting. The famous people that come out of Seton Hall tend to be people who go into politics, go to Washington, D.C., and people who do well in sports.
Cool. Last one, Billy.
What do you like most about your college?
About working there at Seton Hall.
Yeah, that's great. I love the people. Everyone here has been so friendly. Ever since I started working here, the students are great. We have student workers in our office, so I get to know the students as well. So I love the people, getting to know from all different backgrounds, because we have students from all around the United States and from all over the world.
Cool.
So it's a great place to meet new people.
All right, so guys, what do we say to Mr. Owen for taking the time to talk to us this morning?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. This was perfect.
You're welcome.
Have a great afternoon.
You too. Bye.
Bye.